Good morning, good night, good evening, wherever you are. So, welcome to back to the channel. Gonna do something a small bit different today. Usually we're messing around. We're never too serious in our videos, but I've been thinking for the past couple of weeks about when I got into the industry and how it would have been helpful to have some advice on which path to go based on your circumstances and what you want for the future. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself first so you can know what background I have. So I started in 2008 and I started in a power line clearance company. Now, since then, 80% of what I've done at least has been power line clearance. And in between, a year here, a year there, I've been doing private. I've also done a lot of private work for myself. So I have a good bit of knowledge in the private side as well. I wouldn't say I have the best knowledge, but I have a good bit. But what I do know is I can point you in the right direction for maybe what career you want, what you see for yourself, or what circumstances you're in, what would suit you better. So hang on for a few minutes. If you're new or thinking of getting into the industry, this would be a good video for you to watch. If you're experienced, it would be great to have your input on the video too. Throw some comments in if I miss anything. Look, I'm not an expert. Get your comments in too. Also, I'd love to know if it's after this video, is this similar to you guys in America, Canada, Australia, and even the UK? Look, I'm in Ireland, so it could be a bit different, but I think it's pretty similar in the UK. But yeah, if you guys can throw in comments, that'd be fantastic. So look, hang around. Now, qualifications and training. Now, I got pretty much all my training through utility companies. I've done a little bit by myself, but 90% of my training and certs have been through the power line company. So, but I know from experience, and I know from talking to lads when I've been in different companies, private companies, utility companies, if you're in a private company, let's say a small little outfit, a small company, for that boss to invest, Jesus, thousands, if you want to get up to tree surgeon, rigging and stuff like that, thousands of euros. For him to invest that money in you, he needs to be 100% certain that you're good, you're interested, and you're going to work hard. I've seen lots of guys come in and they've been in about a year and they're complaining, oh, I've had no training, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, you're a lazy fuck, pretty much, and that's why you haven't got nothing, and you're going to complain now that you're not getting certs. Why would anyone invest that money in you? So in private work, it can take longer unless you already come qualified with other things and they say, oh yeah, he knows what he's at, might be worth investing in him. Yet you have to show you're keen and you're ready to work before you're going to get certs paid for in private companies. Utility companies, it seems a bit easier to get the certs, because they obviously have to have the certs to carry out the works on the power lines. It's insurance, health and safety. It's gone mad now that you literally have to have a fucking cert to wipe your ass now. But that's the way it's gone. So it seems a lot quicker to get certs in utility. But that is kind of deceiving, because you definitely don't learn the trade as quick in utility as you would in private. Private, you're in a different job every day, a different challenge every day. ESB can be mundane and monotonous. It can be the same stuff. Now, you do get cool stuff, you do get nice tool climbs, you do get that in utility, but it's few and far between, a couple of times a month maybe. So don't let that be something that would push you one way or the other. You need to make your mind up. It shouldn't be about, oh, how many tickets can I get as quick as possible, because I've seen lads with every ticket under the sun and they can barely start a chainsaw. So it's about, where am I going to get the best challenge, the best training for what I want. So that's what you need to take into account. So if you're looking for consistency, what I mean by that is days every week to work, I would veer towards, and this is all my own opinion, it can be different across the board, but in my opinion, power line clearance is definitely more consistent across the board. I think, in my experience with private work, depending on the company, you get a lot of weeks where you might only have 3-4 days work, or maybe they have no work for a week or two. In power line clearance, that never really happens. I mean, I can't remember much time off from work at all when it's been power line clearance. So if you're looking for consistency, if you got financial things that you have to meet every month, that I would guarantee you'll be grand when it comes to utility work, power line clearance. Now, having said that, there are private companies that are very good at getting work in, and they always have work. So what are the hours going to be like? When I've worked with private companies, there doesn't ever seem to be really set hours. Now, I'm sure there's companies out there that do have set hours, but pretty much every private company I've ever done work for, it's the job. You get the job done, unless it's a 2-3 day job. But if it's a day job, which lots of the jobs are, you pretty much stay there until you get out of the job. So the hours are never really 100%. Now, what I will say is, with a good companies, if you put the extra hour or two in, they might throw you a few extra quid, or they might let you off another day early. So it swings and roundabouts, and it's not the end of the world, especially if you're young, which this video is aimed at young people coming in. If you've got the time, where now I'm 33, I have kids, I've got commitments after work as well, so it's kind of sometimes hard for me to be juggling, oh yeah, work 2 hours longer tonight, and then 2 hours less. That doesn't work really for me, but for you that might work, so that might not be an issue. With power line clearance in the companies I've worked for, it's pretty consistent. You start at this time, you end at this time, and if you do go over the hours, you're usually paid 9 times out of 10, you're paid a bit extra. So that's been my experience, and I know lots of people in the business. It's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is across the board. Now, the UK could be slightly different. I don't know. I've never worked there. I do know a few people over there, and it seems to be very similar. So they're the hours. So again, utility seems to be a bit more consistent with what times you're working. Now, that might change if there's a smaller company and they're under pressure, but the bigger companies, they seem to have set times, and that's it. Now, pay. So what money are you going to earn? So this is a tricky one for me, because I know lots of company owners. I'm friends with some. So if I start splurting out where the best money is, or what's the best money, I could tread on a lot of toes, and I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is, there's pretty much no difference between private and utility. And really, in this industry, this is one industry where it's a lot different from other industries. You can get paid for what you do and how good you are. And any good boss in a private company or a utility company will see and hear and know which guys are good, which guys are working, and which guys are worth giving that extra few quid to keep. That's how it is in tree work. Any good boss will hang on to his good employees. Simple as that. Bad bosses, they go through about 1,000 men a year. We all know this in the industry. So pay, I'm not going to step on anyone's toes. Unfortunately, I can't give out any kind of rough scale of pay, because yeah, I might upset a few people. Now, when it comes to the equipment you're using, in utility work. I wouldn't say it's really basic, but the climbing style or the climbing techniques would be more basic. There's not a lot of room for trying out SRT. Now you can, but it's just production based work, so you don't, let's say a new gadget comes out and it requires you to take a bit of time to practice and work out how to use it. It's very hard to find time in utility work to do that. Plus with the likes of SRT, you're not allowed to use throw balls. Now you might not even know what that is. Look it up, throw ball, to get your line into the tree. Anyway, it's more basic. It is. Utility work is more basic climbing style. Now if you're one of these people that's been looking on YouTube, looking at all the different kind of stuff, private work is where you're going to get more technical and get to use more different types of gear. You're going to do a lot more rigging. We do a bit of rigging in utility. It's not a whole lot, but we do. But you're going to do a lot of that in private work. You're going to definitely going to do SRT because it's quicker to get access into big trees, and you're not killing yourself, which is very important. You don't want to be killing yourself at 8 o'clock in the morning and by 12 you're bollocksed. So all these techniques are very, very good in private work, but it's hard to get it into utility work. So if you're someone that wants to get technical and wants to become a real technical climber, private's the way to go. If you just want a day job and you want to become a decent climber, utility's grand. You'll become fast, you'll be able to climb up and down trees all bloody day long. But that's the difference. So gear wise, definitely private work is going to be more fun and more interesting when it comes to gear. Well guys, I think I've covered enough. If I haven't, I need you to tell me. Yeah, look, I've gone through a few bits, as much as I can think of, and I really do hope it helps someone, or someone maybe that's in a job now and thinking, fuck yeah, I might switch over to Powerline, or I might switch over to private. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you got something from it. If you think it was a complete load of rubbish, let me know. I don't care. But yeah, hopefully. And please, if you're from anywhere else in the world and you do this job, let me know how it is over there. Has this been similar to what it is for you? Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.